In this video, I'll show you how to use the extend command and the line command in conjunction with the ruled and fixed bevel commands to optimize motion on this part here. So we're going to be focusing on this bottom bevel on the part here. So the simple way to do this would be on the cam tab, select your curves, pick edges, pick this edge, hit enter, pick this bottom edge, and hit enter, and go to the toolpath command, click on the plus sign, select the upper curve, click on that line, start at this end, go down to that end, select the lower curve, click on that line, and then add our lead in and lead out as normal. So that would be one way to program that. Now you'll see that the angle here as it cuts along this edge is changing, so the angle on the bottom of the part is the same, but the 5-axis head is changing the C and the A axis to maintain that angle. So that might be a little bit more motion than you really need in the 5-axis heads. So one way to optimize that would be to do a fixed angle going along that bottom edge. And a couple ways of doing that, so we'll just delete that for now, and we'll close, and we'll go back to the CAD area here, and what we can do is we can extend a line to match up with the end of the part on each end here. So if I use this extend command and click on this line, that's the one I want to extend, and right now it's saying select surface or specified distance. So I can just type in the distance if I knew I wanted to extend the line a certain amount. So if I hit enter and I knew it was an exact amount, I could type in whatever that number is. Since I don't know what the actual distance is there, let me just delete that line that I just drew in there. And so instead, when I do the extend, again, I'll select the edge and I'll just specify the surface that I want to extend it to. So I'll click on that surface there, and then that extends that line out to that edge there. And then I can do the same thing on the other end. Click on extend, and we'll extend this edge down to that surface there. And the other thing I'm going to do here that for one of the other examples I'll show you here in a moment is I'm going to draw in a couple lines. So I'm going to draw in a line from the end point of that line that we just extended down to the bottom there. And then I'll do the same thing on the other end, draw a line from end point here down to there. And we're going to use those lines later for reference when we do the fixed bevel command. So now that we've got those in there, we can go back to the cam area, select our curves. So first what I'm going to do is delete that top curve that we already had in there and create a new edge on the top there. So we'll click on pick edges again, and we'll click on this line, and then let's see, rotate this a little bit, that line, and then that line, and hit enter. So that gives us our new top edge, and then we've still got the bottom edge that we had selected previously. So we'll close that, and then we'll go into the toolpath area and click on the plus sign again, select upper curve is now that line, and we'll start from here, go down to there, select the lower curve, and then do our lead in and lead out. Now you'll see we still have the extra motion in the A and the C axes that we don't really need now that we've got these additional lines drawn in there. So a couple different ways of doing this. If we want to stick with the ruled command on this type tab, we can click on this connect button here, and we can delete connections. So software has drawn a connection from this point here down to this point here, that if we delete that one, and on the other end if we delete this connection point, then it'll just be looking at those other connection points, the yellow lines there, to determine the angle. So now that I've deleted those two extra connections, I can hit enter and it'll bring us back into here. Now we've got a nice constant fixed angle. The head is going to tilt over to an angle and it's going to stay there. There won't be any extra C or A axis motion. So that's one way of doing that. And then the other way of doing it is with the fixed command. So once you activate the fixed command, then these buttons and boxes down here become active, and I can click on this button here to select an edge on my part, and I can use one of those lines that I drew in earlier to indicate the angle that I want the cutting head to maintain. So I can just click on that, and then it'll look at that for the angle. And now it's achieved the same thing as what we did when we did the ruled command and used the connections. So a couple different ways of optimizing your part there. And if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.